This is Michael David Cobb Bowen for Cobb Vision. Thought I'd play a little bit of my original music this time out. Today I want to talk about a little bit about Obama again. And today's keyword is uppity. And what's interesting these days now is people are finding out that Obama is a little bit uppity, and somebody wrote a comment that I really liked, and not that I necessarily agree with it, but I like it. And it was saying that the reason that white folks are going crazy about Obama is because he's got the nerve to tell them their problems, and white folks don't like hearing that from uppity black people. It's a pretty interesting analysis. And I, for what it's worth, I take it at face value, but what I'm interested in commenting on is Obama from the perspective of the black upper middle class and how close to that he is and how far away he is. And what I think I've figured out about Obama, if philosophically speaking, is that he's essentially trying to be a healing person. He's trying to be a messianic person. He is trying to feel people's pain, and he is destined, because of his left philosophy, to apportion some fraction of the federal government to heal the pain of whatever people he finds. And so his comments about the bitterness and gun-grippingness and xenophobia of Pennsyltuckians, and as well as his affiliation with Jeremiah Wright and Trinity Baptist Church, or a Trinity Church. I'm sorry, it's not a Baptist church, but I used to go to a Trinity Baptist church once a time. Is those two relationships are very parallel, and I think this illustrates something about him very well, which is to a certain extent, yes, he is elitist. Yes, he is uppity. Yes, he has a great deal of comfort in his life, and I think he takes, as a lot of people would, his comfort to show that he knows something that other people don't know. And he's cool and calm and collected, and he's not a nasty fighting politician, because he has this inner peace, I think, that he feels is determined a lot, perhaps, by his education and his income and his associations with other elite people. Now, if he looks at other folks, he looks at the average American, and he sees that they decide to say something negative about illegal immigrants. And so that to him is a dysfunction, that you're supposed to love everybody, and if you are black and you say something negative about whites, and that's a dysfunction to him, you're supposed to love everybody. But he understands. He understands where your pain is coming from, and so he gets close to you, so he can understand that fundamental pain that makes people reach out to politicians and ask for solutions. So he's looking for all the frustrated people. He's looking for all the bitter people. He's looking all for the resentful people. He's looking for people who would say these horrible things that are somehow tied to an injustice in the government of the United States. So he can go and be their guide and be their leader and give them that stuff and correct those errors and problems. It's an interesting way, of course, to approach politics. It's been done before. It's nothing new. But it I think illustrates very much how people are drafted into the talented tenth of African American leadership, and I have been drafted into the talented tenth, and then I resigned my post many years ago. But I'm very aware of how this dynamic works. Where you have a talented person, an articulate person, a good speaker, someone who can speak for the people. And speaking truth to power is part of this kind of get the man attitude that these people have to have. So I think that's where Obama's coming from. He's a classic talented 10th Du Boisian have some sympathy for the common man, have this Vanguard, and it's kind of a Marxist political idea where you find out what it is that the people really need that the government's not giving them, and you listen to them and you hear them out and you listen to all their frustrations and hate and pain, and you tolerate it because that is what's going to give you power, because those people will give themselves over to your political campaign and empower you to take reins of government, and the government is going to give the people what they lack. So that's how Obama's uppity, and he will do it for everyone. He will do it for black folks. He will do it for white folks. He will find anybody with a dysfunction and a gripe against government and get them into his bitter camp, and that's how the man is operating. So this is Michael David Cobb Bowen for Cobb Vision. Peace.